Ready to learn the truth about money?
Hi, I'm Penny. If you think rich people get rich fast, stay with me. Because today, I'll tell you a story that has nothing to do with luck, hype, or overnight success. Everyone imagines wealthy people the same way. Born lucky. Right place, right time. One smart move and boom, money forever. Sure. Today's story is about a very real rich person. Someone you've definitely heard of. Warren Buffett. And no, he didn't get rich fast. He got rich slowly. Painfully slowly. Warren Buffett was born in 1930, right in the middle of the Great Depression. Not exactly a perfect start. As a kid, Warren didn't dream about fame. He dreamed about numbers. At 6 years old, he bought Coca-Cola bottles and resold them for a profit. Not because it was fun, but because it worked. By 11, he bought his first stock and lost money. That loss taught him something early. The market doesn't care how smart you feel. While other kids played, Warren delivered newspapers. Every morning, no excuses. Later, he said this job taught him how compound effort really works. Do something small, repeat it. Don't quit. It's boring, that's why most people don't do it. He applied to Harvard. Rejected. Yes, Harvard said no. Instead, he studied under Benjamin Graham, the man who taught him one powerful idea. Buy value, ignore noise, wait. No hype, no trends, just patience. When Warren started investing seriously, he didn't look rich, he didn't act rich, and that's the point. He bought businesses people actually use: insurance, candy, furniture, Coca-Cola. While others chased fast money, Warren waited. And waited. He made mistakes, big ones, but he never made the same mistake twice. Here's the part people hate to hear. Warren Buffett spent most of his life doing nothing exciting, and that's why it worked. Time did the heavy lifting. Compound interest quietly turned patience into billions. He still lives in the same house, still eats simple food, still doesn't try to look rich. Because money was never the goal. Freedom was. And if you think you're behind, relax. Most wealthy people just didn't quit when it got boring. Stay with me. I have many more real stories like this, and even more lessons hidden inside them. Most people think Warren Buffett became rich because he was patient. That's only half true. The other half is harder to accept. He was patient while being bored, and boredom is something modern people absolutely hate. Warren didn't wake up every morning excited. He didn't feel inspired every day. He didn't chase motivation. He followed rules. Simple rules. Unsexy rules. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. Sounds obvious, almost stupid, but most people break this rule every single month. They chase fast returns. They listen to noise. They confuse activity with progress. Warren did the opposite. When markets crashed and people panicked, he opened reports. When everyone celebrated quick wins, he asked one question: what is this business actually worth? And then he waited. Years passed. Decades passed. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Warren Buffett spent most of his life being ignored. Financial media didn't like him. He was too slow, too quiet, too boring. No dramatic predictions, no flashy trades, just reading, thinking, waiting. And that's exactly why he won. Let's talk about mistakes, because Warren made plenty of them. He invested in companies that failed. He trusted people he shouldn't have trusted. He missed entire industries. Technology, for example. For years, he avoided tech stocks. People laughed. Outdated. Doesn't understand the future. Missed the biggest opportunity ever. And Warren, he agreed. He openly said, "I don't invest in what I don't understand." No ego. No pretending. That alone saved him billions. Because smart people don't lose money by being wrong, they lose money by pretending they're right. Eventually, Warren did invest in tech, but only when it made sense to him, not to Twitter, not to headlines, to him. Another thing people misunderstand about Warren Buffett: he wasn't obsessed with money. He was obsessed with decision quality. He once said he made only about 20 truly important decisions in his entire life. 20. That's it. Everything else, noise. This is where most people fail. They think success comes from doing more trades, more hustle, more decisions. Warren knew the opposite. Success comes from avoiding stupid decisions, not making perfect ones, just avoiding bad ones. That's it. Let's talk lifestyle, because this part confuses people the most. Warren Buffett is one of the richest people in the world, yet he lives in the same house he bought in 1958. No mansion upgrades, no "I deserve this" phase. Why? Because lifestyle inflation is silent. It doesn't announce itself. It slowly eats your future. Warren understood this early. Every dollar you lock into lifestyle is a dollar that can't buy freedom later. So he chose freedom. And here's the funny part. He enjoys life. He eats what he likes, drinks what he likes, lives how he likes, not how Instagram expects him to live. That's wealth. Not showing, choosing. Now, let's talk about something uncomfortable: time. Warren Buffett didn't become a billionaire in his 30s or 40s. The majority of his wealth came after the age of 50. Let that sink in. Most people give up right before compound interest wakes up. They quit when progress feels slow. They quit when results aren't visible. They quit when comparison hurts. Warren didn't. He let time work. Compound interest is quiet, invisible, patient. But when it starts working, it's unstoppable. That's why Warren called it the eighth wonder of the world. And here's the cruel joke. Compound interest works whether you understand it or not. It works against people in debt and for people with discipline. Same rule, different direction. So what actually made Warren Buffett rich? Not genius, not luck, not secret information, but this combination: long-term thinking, emotional control, boring consistency, respect for risk, and zero interest in impressing others. That's it. No shortcuts. And if this story feels slow, good. That's exactly how wealth is built. If you're still here listening, you're already doing better than most. Stay with me. There are more stories like this, more lessons hidden inside real lives. And next, I'll show you how ordinary people can apply these same principles without being Warren Buffett.
All right, now that you know the story, let's dive into the lessons Warren Buffett offers, the things ordinary people can actually apply.
1. Patience beats everything. Most people think investing is about speed. Buy fast, sell fast, guess fast. Warren proved the opposite. He bought companies, waited years, sometimes decades. Not exciting, not glamorous. But it worked. Here's the joke. If your neighbor says, "I doubled my money in a week," Warren probably smiled politely and went home to read the annual report of a boring insurance company. Lesson: slow and steady actually wins. Patience is profitable and underrated. 2. Understanding what you buy. Buffett doesn't invest in anything he doesn't understand. Imagine this. Someone comes to him saying, "Buy this crypto token, it's going to explode." He would probably blink slowly, sip his Coke, and say, "I'll pass." He bought companies with products people actually use: Coca-Cola, See's Candies, Geico. Rule of thumb: if you don't understand it, don't buy it. Simple, boring, but it saves billions. 3. Avoid unnecessary risks. Buffett loves risk, the right kind of risk. Not the flashy stock tip kind, not the get-rich-quick kind. He avoids leverage, he avoids hype, he avoids debt that doesn't make sense. Funny part, he watched others blow fortunes in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and laughed quietly. because risk without understanding is just gambling. 4. Focus on the big decisions. Warren claims he made about 20 important decisions in his life. Everything else, noise. Most people spend their lives busy, but busy is not productive. Buffett focuses on high-impact decisions: which company to buy, how to structure a deal, when to hold or sell. Small choices are fine, but don't confuse activity with progress. 5. Learn from mistakes. Yes, he made them. Airlines, textile companies, some acquisitions were disasters. But he doesn't hide mistakes. He analyzes, admits, adjusts. Lesson: failures are tuition, not a verdict. And the humor is that people fear mistakes more than losing money. Buffett fears neither. 6. Lifestyle matters. He lives in the same Omaha house since 1958, still eats McDonald's occasionally, still drives himself. Crazy, right? For someone worth tens of billions? Lesson: freedom greater than luxury. The moment you spend to impress others, you trade your future for a momentary ego boost. 7. Compound interest is the silent hero. This one is almost magical and slightly cruel. Compound interest works against you if you're in debt. It works for you if you're disciplined. Buffett didn't become rich overnight. Most of his wealth came after age 50. Patience plus consistent good decisions equals unstoppable growth. 8. Read, think, repeat. Buffett reads 500 pages a day. Not novels, not Twitter. Annual reports, financial statements. Why? Because knowledge compounds too. He calls it learning from the past to make better decisions. If you want wealth, you can't skip this part. Even a little knowledge every day stacks up. 9. Humor and humility. Buffett's wealth doesn't make him arrogant. He jokes about mistakes, he talks openly about missed opportunities, and he laughs at hype. This is the big secret. Rich people with humor survive the boring and stressful parts of life. If you take yourself too seriously, you're more likely to quit early. 10. Apply it to your life. Now let's translate Buffett's lessons to ordinary people. Start early, even small amounts matter. Avoid debt you can't handle. Focus on decisions that matter. Ignore noise. Invest in things you understand. Keep lifestyle inflation in check. Let compound interest work quietly. Learn constantly. Don't fear mistakes. Just don't repeat them. Laugh at life. It's long and messy. Be patient. Boring patience beats flashy luck every time.